Let's start by unpacking what buyers often overlook. Eva, you mentioned the listing price isn't the full story. Could you break down the actual costs someone faces when purchasing a home in the Netherlands?
Absolutely. Beyond the listed price, buyers typically encounter transfer tax, usually 2%, for most homes, notary fees averaging 1,020, and sometimes mortgage advisory or translation costs. Together, these can add 5-7% to your total bill, often catching internationals off guard.
That's a significant jump. How do these extra costs compare to what buyers might expect in other countries, like the UK or US?
Great question. In the US, closing costs might include agent commissions and title insurance, but in the Netherlands, sellers usually pay the agent. Here, buyers shoulder legal and notarial expenses, which can seem unusual for newcomers.
For someone budgeting, how can they plan realistically for these add-ons?
I recommend adding at least 6% on top of your budgeted amount. It's also wise to request a detailed cost overview from your notary early, so you're not blindsided later in the process.
Transitioning from costs, let's talk about the bidding process. You mentioned sealed bids and no negotiations. How does this system work, and why does it surprise expats?
In the Netherlands, homes often sell through a blind bidding system. You submit your best offer by a set deadline, with no feedback or chance to counter. It's very different from open negotiations common elsewhere.
That sounds nerve-wracking, especially given today's competitive market. Can buyers somehow strengthen their bids beyond just offering more money?
Absolutely, including a flexible moving date, proof of financing, or even a personal letter can sometimes sway sellers. But ultimately, sellers prioritize certainty and speed, so having all documents ready is crucial.
Are there risks for buyers who get caught up in bidding wars?
Definitely. Overbidding is common, and Dutch appraisers may value the property below your offer, meaning you'll pay the difference out of pocket. It's vital to set a ceiling and not let emotion drive your decision.
Now, let's explore the legal side. How does the Dutch system protect buyers, especially those unfamiliar with local law?
Dutch law includes a 3-day cooling-off period after signing the purchase contract, which lets buyers cancel with no penalty. Notaries also thoroughly check property records and debts, adding a layer of safety.
That's reassuring. Can you clarify the notary's role? Some listeners might confuse it with notaries in other countries.
Here, the notary is a legal specialist who ensures the property transfer is legitimate. They draw up the deed, handle escrow, and register ownership with the Dutch Land Registry. In other countries, these tasks are often split among several professionals.
And what happens if there's a dispute after purchase?
If issues arise, buyers can appeal through Dutch courts. However, most contracts include clauses to resolve disputes via mediation first, which can save time and legal costs.
To wrap up, let's focus on avoiding overpayment, something every buyer worries about. Eva, what practical steps can internationals take to make sure they're not paying too much?
First, research recent sale prices in the neighborhood, not just asking prices. Dutch housing data is public, so you can benchmark your bid. Also, always use an independent appraiser to assess true market value.
Are there tools or resources that help with this research?
Yes, websites like the Dutch Land Registry, Cadastre, or Funda offer extensive sales data. Some buyers even run automated alerts to track price trends in their target area, improving their negotiation position.
How does working with a local agent factor in?
A local agent can provide inside knowledge on upcoming listings and realistic price expectations. They can also flag red flags like structural issues or unrealistic seller demands that are easy to miss if you're new to the country.